article on the myth of the model minority. Sarah Soonling Blackburn writes that the myth of the model minority is based on stereotypes. It perpetuates a narrative in which Asian American children are whiz kids or musical geniuses. The myth characterizes Asian Americans as a polite, law-abiding group who have achieved a higher level of success than the general population through some combination of innate talent and pull yourself up by your bootstraps immigrant striving. For me, the model minority stereotype has always felt particularly untrue. For instance, the narrative that all Asians are innately good at math cannot be true because I exist. My father is Chinese, but I am not skilled at math. In fact, I've always struggled with math, and in the 8th grade, I actually changed middle schools because I hated my math class so much. There was only one math teacher for my program at that school at the time, so thanks, Arizona Public Education System. But I was acutely, to put it simply, I just did not think of myself as a math person. I was acutely aware of my failings as a math student, and I think back on my early math experiences as constituting a major part of the force that happily drove me towards writing and poetry, which have so enriched my life. As a creative writing major at the University of Arizona, I even weaseled my way out of taking any formal math class altogether. At the time, I felt very smug about the fact that I had avoided the gaping life pothole of math, paving over my future with the certainty that I would never have to encounter mathematics again. Nay, I would enjoy the sweeter, riper fruits of poetry and peace, and math would be left to other sadder people. Obviously, that is not what happened. In some cosmic joke or karmic twist, I now work in the Schedule for Success math program, surrounded by math, talking every day with mathematicians and supporting students through their daily encounters with math. I am steeped in math, and no one is more surprised than I am to find out how very, very happy this turn of events has been. Sometime last year, Terrace Ewinghill, the co-creator of this event, came to me with an idea. Let's combine storytelling and math into an event to highlight math stories of perseverance and joy, stories told by people who are traditionally underrepresented in math, and who can bring greater truth to the question, who can succeed in math? This marriage of narrative and numbers, of language and logarithms, of memoir and multiplication, of sums and stories is what you're about to experience. Math and language are not separate, but to use a mathematical concept, they are symmetrical, like the parallel lines on our logo. And we hope that by encountering math this way, you'll discover new ways to think about math, and new ways to think about who math people really are. In writing, as in math, the concept of the parallel is rampant. Writers are fond of bookending their stories, beginning and finishing their narratives symmetrically, by calling back to the first image or idea at the end. So I will conclude, so we can go ahead and get on with the event, simply by asserting that just as the myth of the model minority presents only a single narrative, a generalized version of the truth, that there are countless other stereotypes that must be challenged, complicated, and retold in new voices, in as many voices as possible. And if the stories take a detour or a tangent here or there, we will welcome it. So welcome to Tangent, the first event, and we're so excited to have you all here. Thank you so much. And please just join me in giving another round of applause to thank everyone who made this event possible, including the staff at Think Tank, the College of Education's Teaching, Learning, and Sociocultural Studies Department, and all of our wonderful storytellers. So thank you. Just quickly, I want to just say that the University of Arizona does sit on the original homelands of indigenous peoples who have stewarded this land since time immemorial. Aligning with the university's core value of a diverse and inclusive community, it's an institutional responsibility to recognize and acknowledge the people, culture, and history that make up the Wildcat community. At the institutional level, it's important to be proactive in broadening awareness throughout the campus to ensure our students feel represented and valued. That's a statement from the Native American Student Affairs website. Go check it out and continue to say it. We have 4 fantastic stories for you today, told by Karina Salazar, Terrace Ewinghill, Adeli Martinez, and Dr. Adi Adiraja. We'll take a 5-minute intermission right after Terrace's story, so you can grab more coffee. And we really want your feedback for this event. It's going to help us continue to do it in the future, find out how to make it better, and maybe even find some new storytellers. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the mic over to Terrace now, who's going to introduce our first reader.